810. Gary in Oakland, you're on KGO Ray Taliaferro. Good morning.
Good morning, Brother Ray. I, too, would love to see our brother, Reverend Reggie, have a talk show. I think that'd be great. I mean, the man is on the track here. The man knows what he's talking about. And I can't find nothing wrong with what the brother says.
When you say the brother, you're not referring to yourself as a black man, are you?
I'm telling you, well, all men are my brother. All.
Oh, since when?
My brother.
Since, yeah, right. Since when? Listen, this guy is so foul that you can't even say that with a straight face.
What did he say was wrong, Brother Ray? Brother Ray.
I'll tell you what he said that was very, very wrong. What he said that was wrong, obviously, is the claptrap that called you to call up here and say that you're all for him. You can't even stomach that stuff.
The brother got it down.
Yeah, right.
The brother got it down, Ray.
Get down. Oh, boy. You know, it's really something. Even the racists are having trouble this morning. I mean, even the racists are having trouble keeping a straight face on this one. They really want to call up and pat this brother on the back. But they know. They've never heard anything like this either. Oh, my goodness. Even the racists have trouble with their defenses. So you know that something is wrong. I have a line open on the board at 8080810. Mike and El Cerrito, you're on KGO Ray Taliaferro. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Ray.
Yes.
I would like to say that I understand why Reggie White didn't come to San Francisco and become a 49ers.
Why is that?
Well, when he became a free agent, when he left the Philadelphia Eagles, and he was a free agent.
Mm-hmm.
He was going around to different football teams and checking out the facilities and the offers that were being made.
Right.
He mentioned something about San Francisco and the morals.
Whoa, he did.
Yeah. Now what my question really is role models. Now, it seems when athletes, if they chew tobacco and stuff like that, it's a bad role model, they say. That's you're being a bad role model.
Right.
Now, here is Reggie White spouting off all of the things that he said. What kind of role model is he, okay? Whether he gets a...
Well, he's a bad role model is what he is. He's an ignorant role model. He's a boob. He's spouting, perpetuating racism. Nobody ought to be doing that. He's perpetuating prejudices against a fine group of folk, homosexuals. He's perpetuating all these social negatives, and that's got to be one of the worst things you could do.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. He has this. It's not only football. He has this pulpit, okay?
Yes.
And is he a deacon or is he a preacher?
He's a preacher.
He's a preacher.
He is Reverend White.
Well, now, I'm quite sure his church has deacons or some kind of elders where they can somehow possibly chastise him.
Oh, they're not about to do that. I mean, you don't join the church and have the Reverend recommend you for a deacon unless you agree.
I see.
And that's, of course you do. Thank you very much. I do sense that people are having trouble trying to do this thing with a straight face. Really, it is sad. It's very serious, but what else can you do with something this serious except to chuckle? But the prejudices that come as a result of all this are extremely harmful, as all of us know. And that is not a laughing matter. There's just no question about that. There's just no defense of this kind of ignorance. It does, however, point up the fact that we do have this ignorance in abundance in American society. And and when it happens, then by God, this is what we do. We go to talk shows and we let people know that those comments are really off the wall, should never be made, and certainly should not be preached to those who are trying to develop a sense of their own values. Young people, what a shame. Oh, come on, Reggie, please, button it up, kid. If you cannot stand some truth and some light in your life, then by God, just shut your mouth. Really, Reggie, stick to football, I guess. I do have a line open on the board at 8080810. Robert in San Leandro, you're on KGO, Ray Taliaferro.
Good morning, Ray.
Yes.
Before I get to my point, let me just give you a forewarning of our local idiot, Reggie. I'm pretty sure you will be expecting a call from him later on.
Well, that idiot is likely to call, yes.
Yes. But anyway, the point that I called about is it really perplexes me of how some of these African Americans can sit here and condone this type of prejudice, considering the fact what we've been through. But of course, they use, like I say, as far as religion, I do not ascribe to it. I do not mess with organized religion because, like you say, it continues the racism, prejudice that goes on in society.
Mm-hmm.
And I usually have a lot of discussions with a lot of other African Americans. I'm an African American myself. And when you get to the topic of homosexuality, they sit there and they contradict themselves when they start pointing to the Bible.
Oh, yeah.
And like I said, and some of these African Americans I'm pretty sure you're going to get a couple calls.
Yeah.
Saying, oh, Ray, why you on the brother like this? Why you doing this through the brother? The brother this, the brother that. Oh, you ain't no brother. A lot of this nonsense.
Yeah.
But like I say, it seems as though when a black come out and do some make idiotic statements like this, a lot of African Americans will sit up there and try to say, oh, it wasn't that, oh, it wasn't that bad, oh, why y'all gonna try to put down a brother? Yet, when a white man makes the same statements, those same people will come around, oh, he's racist, he's this, he's that, yada, yada.
No, you're absolutely right. You're so right. Thank you very much for your call. You are so right. Oh, no, heck, as far as I'm concerned, you have to knock this crap down wherever you see it and whenever you hear it. There's no question about that. And that's exactly that's the only position to take. If we can look at a white man spewing this kind of crap, which we do, and we have, then we can call up and say all sorts of nasty things about him. And we should. And if there's somebody black, a multimillionaire like Reverend White, boy, you ought to slap his behind all over the place. Let's go to Harold in San Francisco. You're on KGO with Ray Taliaferro. Good morning.
Yeah, I think he was right, but I don't think he went far enough.
What's that?
Well, most of your blacks are stupid. They're lazy. They'll lie even if the truth will help them. You should never put a black man in charge of white women, and proof of that is that head spook in the Army.
Yes.
They're always late for work. They'll steal anything that's shiny.
Yes.
They're always grabbing their crotch in front of people. And another thing, don't ever lend any of them any money because they'll never pay you back.
Oh. How do you know all this?
Well, I guess I could tell you that's from life experience. Not from reading anything, not from listening to anybody else, just from dealing with them.
I see. How much money have you lent them?
Many times I've lent them, and I've never got it back.
Oh, boy. Well, this is terrible. And how many of them have you employed?
Have I employed?
Yes.
Well, I've never employed them, but I've...
Well, how do you know they always show up late for work?
Because I've worked with them.
Wow. How many have you worked with?
What I call the 210...
How many have you worked with?
Well, too many. But I'll tell you...
Well, how many have you worked with?
What does it matter?
Well, because I know a lot of black folk who show up on time.
Well, I'll tell you. You take 10 white workers, 8 of them will be good, 2 of them will be no good. You take 10 black workers, 2 of them will be good, 8 of them will be no good.
Wow. Well, I'm sorry you've had such horrible experiences.
Well, it's just the way it is. You can't get rid of them. You're over here now. There's too many of them here to send everybody back.
Back where?
From where they came from. Where do you think?
Well, where's that?
Africa.
All black people came from Africa.
They came to this country from Africa.
Well, you know, I'm sorry you've had such bad experiences with the 2 or 3 people you've worked with.
But that's just the way it is. I mean, you can't...
Well, how could you say it's the way it is when I just got finished telling you that a lot of black people show up to work on time? Reggie White has never been late for a football game in his career.
Well, they're pretty good at things when it comes to athletics.
So there are some good things. There are some black people who show up for work on time.
Well, as long as they're playing...
Ah, I see. Well, you see, so you were lying a moment ago, right?
No, as long as they don't have to use...
Well, wait a minute. You were lying then because you said that they always show up late.
They do.
Well, you just got finished saying and agreeing with me that Reggie White has never showed up late.
No, I never said that. You did.
But you agreed with me.
No.
Oh, you didn't. So you know that Reggie White shows up late for his games.
Hey, he's a good football player.
Oh, sir, and you're a good fool. You really are. You're a good, ignorant fool. Sir, stick with your story, please. Be consistent. I'm going to pause for the ABC Network News.